literally all of the damage that fight.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm glad you're alright, and nobody died.
So, what's in this room?
Okay.
Lots of
So,
skeletons.
as you guys kind of walk
I climb
in
over
here,
the table and push the kid out of the way, and just like, so what's in here?
I want to
little
look.
small child.
We haven't discussed children yet.
Yeah,
Remember?
yeah. How old are you? You don't know.
You might
Are we
spoil the
talking
show.
like?
What?
You have to move so he can
Okay,
get
fine.
Yeah, it's a small corridor.
Yeah.
Okay.
You reach adulthood when you're like 20 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to find like an age, but are you like young adult? Are you a teenager? Are you?
Let's go with teenager.
Oh God.
Who invited this angry child?
Even better.
That may be the basis of a relationship. It will grow.
Yeah, there's a good chance that we're gonna end up adopting you
Oh,
before the
no.
end of this.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but
Are we going to adopt this child? We can't leave her here.
What's in this room?
We're not having
So
this
as you walk into the
Nope.
room, you see skeletons that hang from rusty shackles, and you hear the chanting just kind of still echoes around in this room. No real direct area coming out from it, as you've found
Right.
where the source seems to be. Let's see. At the far end of the hall stands a painted statue carved in the likeness of a gaunt man dressed in a black cloak. Right here. His hand and head, dressed in a black cloak. His hand on the head of a faithful wolf on his side, so just kind of this large black dire wolf looking thing. And on his hand, holding it aloft, is this smoky gray crystal. And it kind of gives a soft, pale gray glow around the room. And as you guys all step in here and the torch kind of starts casting light in this room, shadows just seem to kind of like shift and dart in this room as you guys are in here, seeming to refract from this orb.
Can I don't want to touch the statue, but can I do like a history check to see if I recognize the guy at all?
I'm sure. Go ahead and make a history check for me.
It's a 21.
21. You're not really sure. He seems very noble and refined in the cut of his thing, and
Yeah.
seems to be that the statue's set up in a way to
Here, grab a glass of water.
really emphasize
Cups are on this side.
him as a figure to be idolized, if that makes sense. Like, this
There's
is,
nothing like history books about him, but like
And
from
then
what
you
I can
can
tell.
water filters in
Yeah.
the fridge.
Okay.
Like you don't have any history on this guy. Nothing comes to your memory, but just he cuts a very striking image, and it seems to have been set up in an area where this is. It looks very ritualistic and intense.
Okay. He's
Wham, bam,
walking
skeleton
with her.
man. Excuse me. Hello there.
So as you guys kind of walked into
He's
this,
obsessed with you, man.
I'm sorry.
It's so funny.
so as you guys all walked into this room, you kind of see this strange statue of this guy holding an orb that's casting like gray light around the room. Shadows kind of seem to like dance and shift as from the torchlight that you're holding, and he also has like a statue of a dire wolf next to him that he's got his hand resting on.
Oh, spooky. Do I recognize who this man is?
Not that you can tell. Go ahead and make a history check for me. So I'll just cut it off there. You basically same thing. It's
Yeah.
a person of import, but nobody that you know or recognize.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
It seems that this statue is made in a very religious. So it's set up to be a point to be worshipped.
There's an air of reverence to this guy.
And there's a bunch of dead people
I
around
was
the
gonna say, I want to investigate the skeletons a little bit. Like, Do they look like
So-
they just like
Good investigation.
starved to death?
Do you wanna
Were they like
investigate?
stabbed?
David can just be
Oh,
backup
you can-
so that you
Huh?
can get.
He can investigate
No, no,
skeletons
no.
first.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead and make an
Yeah.
investigation
You can-
check,
go ahead.
and
Yeah.
Victor will help you, so you'll
Yeah.
have advantage on it.
Okay,
Yeah, so you get to
investigation
roll
check.
twice.
Okay,
Roll
so-
the d20 twice,
Where's the d20? There it is.
and then take the higher of the two, and say what the result is for investigation.
Okay. Oh,
No!
happens.
No!
I got it. Okay.
What's that? Oh, that's the
He keeps
zombie.
Okay,
trying to
alright.
gum all of my stuff here.
Oh, God.
Okay, so you get to roll it one more
Especially
time.
my papers,
Okay.
my spell book.
Be less aggressive with it.
You just love the gun.
Okay, so take the 11, and then add your investigation. Should be off of wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay.
Or sorry, investigation is intelligence. My bad.
Intelligence.
Okay, so you just add +2 because that's your modifier,
Okay,
so
so
total of 13.
Gonna
Okay.
get flipped.
So you make your way going through all these different skeletons, and all of them seem to be
What's up, man?
dusty, kind of mottled, and they've been here for a long time. As one of them, you kind of go and lift up its hand, and it just turns to dust in your hands.
Yeah. It's
You make your way around the room, and you find one of these figures has like kind of tucked around, like almost like behind it as you kind of move the skeleton out of the way. You find 10 gold pieces.
Oh, yeah. Let me take that. Can I take it?
Yeah.
I just take. Okay. All right.
Did you find
Are
something?
you trying to announce that you're doing, it, or you're trying to like sneak it in
I'm
your
gonna
pocket?
sneak it in my pocket.
Roll a sleight of hand check.
Okay,
Oh,
so
you're
that's
good
a
at those.
d20?
Yep.
Okay.
That's off your
13.
dex.
And you're proficient with it too.
The 20, okay.
So you add.
Sleight of hand over next to dexterity.
Okay. So that would be 4?
So it'd be 13 plus 4 plus 2.
Okay, 13 4. 20. Okay, 19.
I'd say with everybody's passive perception checks, you kind of deftly just shovel them away into your robes, and nobody
Yeah.
seems to notice.
Oh, 10 gold. Do I write that down?
You get plus 10 gold.
I think it's
gold.
based on your background, you also get a certain amount of money too.
Oh.
Forgot to pull that.
We'll just go ahead and say, what did you guys start off with? You guys all have like a general.
I have 160
I
gold.
have 53 gold.
We'll cut in the middle and say you've got about 80 gold to start off with,
Okay.
because you had a noble background, and that's why.
Yeah, I'm rich.
Yeah. I'm rich, bitch.
Then we'll put 90
Viscount Victor Van Heusen.
Make his pockets
Not,
hurt.
not poor peasant Victor Van Heusen.
So what else are you guys doing in this room?
Was there anything else to look at?
There's
The
just this statue holding this orb that's casting this strange gray light.
Are
Who
you
wants
playing
to
on
touch
Hanukkah?
the orb?
No.
I
God.
think that's a stupid idea, but it's also very tempting.
He
I
also
know, right?
keeps
Damn
saying
cat curse.
he also keeps saying the entire line about the orb.
Yeah. Okay.
Orb?
Who's got the highest Arcana check?
Oh, I do.
Well,
Yours? I get a +2.
better than
Okay.
mine.
Yeah, that's gonna be it then.
That's twice as much as I get.
I'm gonna just be like, Emmy, can you look at this, please? We're all dumb. Please don't touch it.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that.
Go ahead and roll an Arcana check for me.
Can he get advantage because I'm bullying Emmy into it?
Are you
Not
proficient
help.
in Arcana?
Bullying. Yes.
No.
You are, then yes, I'll give you advantage on
Wait.
Oh,
You are.
I'm not.
Yeah.
She is.
Nat 20.
it. Alright, shit, yeah. You kind of eyeball it for a little bit, and you don't see any direct magical qualities about it, but you do see that you could use it as a spell focus.
What? Ooh.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So,
Who needs a spell focus?
what spells does it take?
Well, I've got my staff, so.
What I mean, I've got my.
If you're a spellcaster, you need a certain way to cast your spells. A lot of the times they say you need components or something, but really you just need a spell focus item, which is like a amulet thing or something that you can use.
I didn't take detect good and evil today.
To be able to
took
cast spells,
detect
basically.
magic, and I only have
Yeah.
one spell slot.
And it's very obvious that it's magic.
Well, yeah.
Sure, the orb's normal. But what about the statue?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I check the statue for any traps?
Yeah, so go ahead and roll an investigation check for me.
It's 14.
So as you kind of eyeball it and you start to look around and poke and prod, and you kind of stand up next to the statue and you kind of look around and peek around the dog's, the wolf's head and stuff like that, and kind of just begin examining more and more parts of this. You, Gloriana, you notice a couple of the shadows begin to kind of like drip and form and coalesce behind the group.
Lights
Begin
out,
to
lights out.
rise up
Lights
and
out,
stand
lights
up.
I notice what's going on and try to douse the torch.
Okay, you do. So you go completely like just blind.
Grab someone.
You three
I reach
watch
for the
as
flame.
these shadows
Oh.
still begin to rise and are just standing there and watching you as you're investigating this.
Oh,
this
okay.
statue.
Back up,
Okay.
back up.
I see what this is. I back away from the statue.
They just track you
She just, oh,
as
Lord.
you walk.
Okay.
You,
I
you see
can't-
nothing.
I cannot see. So I'm just standing there, I hear footsteps.
Who's nearest to the child?
Oh, God.
I think it was Victor because he was helping.
Okay. I
Alright.
grab her hand. It's Victor.
Okay.
Okay, maybe we should just.
Let's
Damn it, you're forcing me into this adoption.
let's get that over here, guys.
I'm just gonna back out of the room
Let the orb.
and leave
Let
the
the shadows.
spooky shadows to be their spooky selves.
Alright, so you guys, which direction are you heading?
Back to the room that used to have a table.
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
backing
Gotta
out.
hop over the table.
Just
I
carefully.
pick, I pick her up and say, no, I don't. I have no strength.
Yeah, how much do you weigh?
How much? I don't know.